Dear students, now we are going to solve multi-choice questions using Z transform properties.
Let's start with the overview of the properties of Z transform. Linearity property. Linearity property means it should satisfy superposition principle. Superposition principle states that the Z transform of sum of weighted signal is equal to the sum of weighted responses. So here Z transform of A x1 of n plus B x2 of n is equal to A x1 of Z plus B x2 of Z. So its ROC, it is in between the region of the x1 of Z and the region of x2 of Z. Okay. So the second property is time shifting property. So Z transform of x of n minus m, that is time is shifted either in the negative side or in the positive side. The transformed signal is multiplied by the z power the delayed signal, the time shifted signal. Okay, so here if it is x of n minus m means the transform is multiplied by z power minus m. If it is x of n plus m means the transform is multiplied by z power plus m. In case of n minus m, the ROC is the entire z plane except z is equal to 0. If it is plus m means the ROC is entire z plane except z is equal to infinity. So examples for this time shifting property, we can consider the following. So z transform of del of n minus m. So del of n minus m is equal to z power minus m. From this time shifting property, we can write z power minus m del of z. So what is the z transform of impulse signal? That value is 1. So del of n minus m, sometimes they may ask n minus k, whatever it may be, it is just delay. Okay, so that is equal to z power minus m. So the questions may be coming like this. So next one is z transform of u of n plus m. Here it is plus. Okay, so here we are going to multiply the z transform of u of n with z power plus m. Okay, so as we know that z transform of u of n is nothing but z divided by z minus 1. So we can write z transform of u of n plus m is equal to z power m plus 1 divided by z minus 1. Okay, so next z transform of del of, here that example, here m we represent m. So if we are replacing that m with any integer value like 3 or any other values, so del z transform of del of n minus 3, that is equal to z power minus 3. Okay, so next one is z transform of u of n minus 2. So what is the value of this? Okay, so maximum multi-choice questions are coming like this. Okay, you should remember these things. So for this u of n minus 2, that is equal to, from this time shifting property, okay, so here we can get the z transform of u of n is multiplied by z power minus 2, the delay. Correct. So here z power minus 2 into z transform of u of n is nothing but z by z minus 1. Correct. So z power minus 2 into z is the z power minus 1 divided by z minus 1. So this is the answer for z transform of u of n minus 2. So next one multi-choice question is the z transform of u of n minus u of n minus 3. So what's the question? The z transform of u of n minus u of n minus 3 for ROC z is greater than 1. So what's the answer for this? There are 4 answers given. Okay, choices given. We are going to find out the correct answer. So for that we can use the time shifting property. Here u of n minus 3, right? So x of z is equal to z transform of u of n minus z transform of u of n minus 3. So we know that z transform of u of n is nothing but z by z minus 1 minus z transform of u of n minus 3. For that we have to use time shifting property. So minus 3. So z power minus 3 into u of n transformed value is z divided by z minus 1. So we can get z divided by z minus 1 minus z power minus 3 into z is nothing but z power minus 2 divided by z minus 1. Then we can take the LCM. So both are having the common value. So z minus 1 as a common. In the numerator z minus z power minus 2. So this is the answer. Okay, so where is the answer in this given problem? That is that fourth answer. This is the correct answer. Okay. Next property is time reversal property. Time reversal property means z transform of x of minus n, that is equal to x of z inverse. If I am going to reverse the time, then the frequency is also getting inversed. Okay. So here the ROC is in between 1 by R2 and 1 by R1. So the questions may be like this. For this property, the z transform of x of minus 1 is what? There are 4 options. So what is the time reversal property? Z transform of x of minus n is equal to x of z power minus 1. So here we can directly write down this is the answer, right? X of minus n is equal to x of z power minus 1. So the next one, the z transform of u of minus n. So this is the question. We are going to find out the z transform of u of minus n. Here there are 4 choices given, correct? So we are going to find out which one is the correct. So here we know that z transform of u of n is equal to z divided by z minus 1. So that can be written as 1 divided by 1 minus z inverse. Okay. So now we are going to find out u of minus n. U of minus n means what? We are going to replace the z by z power minus 1. Correct. We are going to replace the z. Here we are having the z. This z can be this can be written like this also, right? Z by z minus 1 is equal to 1 by 1 minus z inverse. We are going to replace wherever the z value is there. Okay, so we are going to take the inverse. So here 1 by 1 minus z inverse, we are going to replace this z inverse by another inverse value. So 1 divided by 1 minus z power minus 1, the whole power minus 1. So minus into minus plus, we can get 1 by 1 minus z. Okay, so z transform of u of minus n is 1 divided by 1 minus z. The answer is here. So you should remember this. Z transform of u of n is equal to what? Z divided by z minus 1. We can write like this, or 1 divided by 1 minus z inverse. Both are same. So z transform of u of minus n is what? U of minus n. That is equal to 1 divided by 1 minus z. Is that okay? So next question is the z transform of del of n plus k, that is greater than 0. Okay, so we are going to find out the del of n plus k. Greater than 0 means it represents the causal signal. Okay, so for that causal signal, we are going to find out z transform. So here del of n plus k means what? Using the time shifting property, del of n plus k is equal to z power plus k. That's it. Since it is a causal signal, here the ROC is obtained for all z values. So the D is the correct answer. Okay. So next question is the z transform of del of n minus k greater than 0. Here it is the negative sign. Okay, so del of n minus k. Minus k means z power minus k. That is the answer. We know that z power minus k is the answer. we are having two options. So here that value is present only greater than the 0. So at that time the ROC Z is not equal to 0. Okay, ROC of this signal is obtained like this. Z is not equal to 0. So the answer is Z power minus k when Z is not equal to 0. So next one is Z transform of E of n. As we all know that its value is always 1 by 1 minus Z inverse. Its ROC is Z is greater than 1. So the A is the answer. Sometimes the question may be like that. So the ROC of U of n. What is the ROC of U of n? The ROC of U of n is modulus of Z is greater than 1. Okay, so you should remember this. So next property is multiplication by exponential sequence. So we are going to multiply the given sequence with some exponential sequence, that is a power n. A is any constant. Okay, remember a is any constant. So a power n x of n is equal to capital X of A inverse Z. So generally we know that Z transform of x of n is equal to what? X of Z. If I am going to multiply this x of n with a power n, I am going to get my frequency response as A inverse into Z. So it is very important property. So these all are the important formulas. This might be asked in your examinations. Okay, so you have to remember these things. Okay, Z transform of a power n u of n, that is equal to 1 divided by 1 minus a Z inverse, that is equal to Z by Z minus a. So this all are very important formulas. Okay, Z transform of a power n, any constant. Here sometimes they may ask like this, 1 by 4 the whole power n into u of n. Okay, 1 by 4 the whole power n. So 1 by 4 is nothing but a. It is a constant. It is in the same form. What is the answer? We can write 1 divided by 1 minus 1 by 4 z power minus 1. Or we can write the same as z divided by z minus 1 by 4. Okay, so this is how we can get the answer. So next one is Z transform of n into a power n minus 1 u of n. So at that time the answer is Z divided by Z minus a the whole squared. Okay, so here suppose the question may be like this. Okay, so here n into 4 n minus 1 into u of n. What's the answer? Here we can say Z divided by Z minus 4 the whole squared. Okay, so likewise Z transform of n into n minus 1 into a power n minus 2 into u of n divided by 2 factorial. Here there is a 1 factorial value is 1. Okay, so here it is 2 factorial. So for that the value is Z divided by Z minus a the whole cube. It has to go like this. So and finally if it is a power n means no problem. If it is minus a power n, okay, so minus a power n u of n means the answer is Z divided by Z plus a. So as we discussed, Z transform of minus a power n u of n is equal to Z divided by Z plus a, right? So in case of minus n into a power n minus 1 into u of n, the Z transform of this is equal to Z divided by Z plus a the whole square. Likewise, Z transform of minus n into n minus 1 a power n minus 2 into u of n divided by 2 factorial. So its Z transform is Z divided by Z plus a cube. So maximum in examination they may give this Z transform and asking you to find out the inverse Z transform of this value. Okay, so like this. The question may be the inverse Z transform of Z divided by Z plus 1 the whole squared is what? The question is Z divided by Z plus 1 the whole squared. For this, what is the inverse Z transform value? So as we already discussed in the exponential, that is multiplication by exponential sequence property. So z divided by z plus 1 the whole square, it means it looks like this, right? So instead of a, here we are having 1. So then from this equation we come to know that what is the answer. If I am going to take the inverse z transform for this, what's the answer? Minus n into a power n minus 1 into u of n. So instead of a, here we are having 1. So we can write the answer like this. What is the answer? Minus n into 1 power n minus 1. Correct? This is the answer. So here the answer is looking like this. So minus 1 n power n minus 1 into n. So B is the answer. Okay. Suppose in the examination they might ask the question like this. So find the inverse z transform of z divided by z plus 2 the whole power 3. What is the answer? Inverse z transform of this. So that is nothing but this is the answer. So you should remember the concept. So here we can write minus n into n minus 1. Instead of a, we are having the value 2. So 2 power n minus 2. Okay, u of n value is 1. So divided by 2 factorial. So this is the answer. Okay, so you should remember these formulas. They can give this z transform and ask the sequence, or sometimes they can give the sequence. So next problem is the z transform of 1 by 4 the whole power n u of n is. So there are 4 choices. Which one is the correct? Yes, as we already know that it is z divided by z minus a. So a is nothing but 1 by 4. This is the answer. So next one is the z transform of 1 by 4 the whole power n u of n minus u of n minus 5. So here how are we going to find out the answer for this? U of n minus u of n minus 5. So the solution is given like this. Since the range is starting from 0 to 4. Here it is u of n minus 5 means the range starts from 0 to 4. Okay. So here summation n is equal to 0 to 4. 1 by 4 z power minus 1 the whole power 4. We have to substitute the value. Actually what is the formula? X of n into z power minus n. X of n value is nothing but 1 by 4 the whole power n. So 1 by 4 the whole power n. From this I can take this 4 as the common. So n is nothing but the maximum signal strength is 4. So 1 by 4 z power, it is not, it is the maximum limit. We can take this as the n as such right now. So 1 by 4 z power minus 1 the whole power n. Correct. So here next we are going to apply the values from 0 to 4. So for that the shortcut formula is given like this. That is 1 minus x the whole power 5 divided by 1 minus x. Here if it is the value n is equal to 0 to some value m. Okay, so x power n. The answer for this is nothing but 1 minus x power m divided by 1 minus x. So here 1 minus 1 by 4 z power minus 1 the whole power 5. So here m plus 1. That is the 4 means we need to add one more value. So divided by 1 minus x. So we can multiply this value individually like 1 by 4 the whole power 5 z power minus 5. Okay. So then we are going to multiply the numerator and denominator by the z power 5 because the choices are given in terms of z power plus. Correct. So here the actual answer is z power minus 5 in the numerator, z power minus 1 in the denominator. So we are going to change this into the z power positive. For that we have to multiply and divide the numerator and denominator by z power plus 5. Okay, that is the maximum power value. So here we have to multiply inside. We can get z power 5 minus 1 by 4 the whole power 5. Z power minus 5 into z power plus 5 is z power 0. That value is 1. Divided by z power 5 minus 1 by 4. Z power minus 1 into z power 5 is z power plus 4. So from this we can take z power 4 outside in the denominator. We can get the answer z power 5 minus 1 by 4 the whole power 5 divided by z power 4 into z minus 1 by 4. So here the answer is the fourth one. Okay, so as we know that this answer as well as this two are common. But here the ROC, okay, so here the ROC is Z is greater than 0. But here it is applicable for all Z. The next problem is the Z transform of 1 by 4 the whole power n u of minus n is equal to what? So there are four choices. We are going to find out the Z transform of 1 by 4 the whole power n u of n. It's very simple because we know that Z transform of a power n into u of n is equal to what? That is equal to 1 divided by, or we can write Z divided by Z minus a, or 1 divided by 1 minus a Z inverse. Okay, so this is the formula, right? So here in terms of time reversal, so a power n u of minus n. So at that time we know that time reversal property. What is the time reversal property? The time reversal property is nothing but Z transform of x of minus n is equal to x of Z inverse. We are going to replace Z by Z inverse. So in this formula, where the Z inverse is there? This one. So we can write for this a power n u of minus n, we can write the formula like this. 1 divided by 1 minus a Z inverse the whole inverse. Okay. So in this one, we can substitute the value right now. So 1 divided by 1 minus, what is the a value? A is 1 by 4, right? So 1 by 4 Z inverse the whole power minus 1. So we know that 1 by 4 the whole inverse is what? 1 divided by 1 minus 1 by 4 the whole inverse is nothing but 4. Correct. Taking the reciprocal. Z inverse of inverse means minus into minus plus. So what is the answer? 1 divided by 1 minus 4Z. So here we are having two values like this. 1 by 1 minus 4Z. Here also 1 by 1 minus 4Z. Both are correct. But here we have to consider the Z transform or Z transforms region of convergence. So for this, the region of convergence is greater than 1 by 4. So in this one, the region of convergence is less than 1 by 4. Since it is minus n, it is in the negative side, that Z value should be less than 1 by 4. So this answer is right. Okay, if it is plus n, okay, if it is plus n means the Z value should be greater than. This is minus, that's why we can select the ROC like this. Z is always less than 1 by 4. So D is the answer. The next one is the Z transform of 3 power n u of minus n minus 1. So here they have given minus n minus 1 is what? So in this one, we are going to apply the formula like this. N is equal to minus infinity to minus 1 because it is in the negative side with the delay of minus 1. So minus infinity to minus 1, x of n value is what? 3 power n. U of minus n minus 1 is replaced by its limit, and at that time its value is 1. Okay, into z power minus n. That is the formula of z transform. And then we are taking the n as the common one. So summation, we can write this as 3z power minus 1 the whole power n. Correct. But in the next step, we are going to change the limit from 1 to infinity for simplification. So here it is minus infinity to minus 1. That can be changed to 1 to plus infinity. At that time, the power of these values can be changed. So that's why that z power minus 1 is replaced as z. This 3 is having the power minus 1 the whole power n. This can be written as z by 3 the whole power n. Z into 3 power minus 1. 3 power minus 1 means 1 by 3. So z by 3 the whole power n. So the same we can expand, and using that Euler's theorem and expansion we can get 1 by 3 z divided by 1 minus 1 by 3 z. Okay, and its ROC is less than 3. its ROC is less than 3 means here we have to take this value. So Z 3 power minus 1, this value should be less than 1 since it is in the negative side. So Z into 3 power minus 1 means Z by 3 is less than 1 means Z is always less than 3. So this is the answer. Okay, so B is the answer for this question. Next property is differentiation in time in the Z domain. Okay, so here it is the differentiation in the Z domain, or we can say multiplication by n power n in the time domain. Differentiation in the Z domain, multiplication by n power m in the time domain. So both are same. So the statement is given like this: Z transform of n into x of n is equal to minus z d by dz of x of z. So if I am going to multiply this input signal or input sequence by n power m, here the power is 1. Okay, so n into x of n, that will result the differentiation in the z domain. So it is very important property. Okay, so here the questions are like this. And if we are going to multiply the x of n by n power m, some values. So at that time we are going to differentiate with respect to that power value. Okay. So questions are like this. The Z transform of n into u of n is, what's the answer? So n into u of n. Here we know that n into x of n value is minus z d by dz of x of z. Here n into u of n. We know that n into u of n means u of z value is nothing but z divided by z minus 1. Correct? This is u of z value. This has to be differentiated with respect to z. Okay. We can get the answer as z divided by z minus 1 the whole squared. So we can get the answer like this. So z divided by z minus 1 the whole square. So these are the certain formulas. You should remember this formulas. So these are the very important formulas. Okay. So n into u of n is equal to z divided by z minus 1 the whole square. N squared into u of n means z into z plus 1 divided by z minus 1 the whole cube. So normal n means it is squared. Squared means the denominator is the whole cube. Numerator is z into z plus 1. If it is n cube, okay, if it is n cube u of n means that value is z into z squared plus 4z plus 1 divided by z minus 1 the whole power 4. It is going on. Okay. The other properties are conjugation property. Conjugation property means if I am going to take the Z transform of conjugate of the given signal x of n results the complex conjugate of the transform. That is Z transform of x star of n is equal to x star of Z star. Star represents the conjugate value. Okay. So here the ROC is in between R1 and R2. R1 is for the x of n, R2 is for the region of convergence of complex conjugate value. Next, correlation property. So in this one, if I am going to take the correlation, okay, between x1 of n and x2 of n, that is given like this. Z transform of x1 of n star x2 of minus n results x1 of z into x2 of z power minus 1. So time reversed means its frequency domain is getting inversed. Okay. So next, convolution property. This property is also very important. Okay. So is a transform of convolution of two signals x1 of n and x2 of n results the multiplication in the frequency domain. So Z represents the frequency domain. So it is very important property here. Z transform of convolution of two signals in time domain results multiplication in frequency domain. The questions are like this. If x1 of n is equal to 1 by 3 the whole power n u of n and x2 of n is equal to 1 by 5 the whole power n u of n, the convolution of x1 of n and x2 of n is dash. Okay. So here, how are we going to find out the value? It is very simple because we know that Z transform of convolution of two signals. results the multiplication of their spectrum. So for this x1 of n, we have to find out its z transform. For this x2 of n, we have to find out the z transform. So finally, we are going to multiply these two together. So z divided by z minus 1 by 3 into z divided by z minus 1 by 5. The answer is what? Z squared into divided by z minus 1 by 3 into z minus 1 by 5. The remaining properties are multiplication property. So multiplication in time domain results in the convolution of its transform. Okay, convolution of its transform. So this statement itself, it's very important. Okay, so Parseval's theorem, it is representing the energy density spectrum. So here that energy density is equal to summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x1 of n, x2 star of n is equal to 1 by 2 pi j integration of x1 of v. Here v represents the frequency. Okay, x2 star of 1 by v inverse dv. So this statement itself, it's very important. Sometimes they can ask what is the value of the Parseval's theorem. So next, initial value theorem. The initial value of the given sequence can be obtained using this theorem. So x of 0 is the initial value, that is equal to limit z tends to infinity x of z. For the given transform, if I am going to make z value as infinity, I can get the initial value. Okay, final value theorem is represented like this. X of infinity, that represents what? X of infinity means it is the final value, that is equal to limit z tends to 1 minus z power minus 1 into x of z. This can be written like this also, that is 1 z minus 1. Okay, so 1 minus z inverse can be written also like z minus 1. Okay, so here one more condition is there, that is it has no pole on or outside the unit circle. There is no pole on or outside the unit circle. If the poles are present outside of the unit circle, then for that x of z, we are not able to find out the final value. Okay, so how do we find out the pole means? We know that the denominator value, correct? We have to make the denominator value as 0. From that, find out the pole values. This pole value should be less than 1. If it is greater than 1 means this final value cannot be obtained. Okay, so the remaining problems we can see it in a separate video lectures.